Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again with another reaction for you guys. Today guys, we're here with the 4th episode of The Last of Us. I am loving this show so much. Last week's episode was a surprise for a few different reasons. Obviously, they went completely off in terms of the story of The Last of Us, in terms of Bill's character especially. Now, Bill and Frank in the game, they had kind of hinted at the relationship, but in this episode, not this episode, episode 3, sorry about that. It's been a crazy day. So, episode 3, they had it to where Bill and Frank had a very different story. We saw their love over time throughout years. And even though, yeah, we didn't get to see those moments in the game in terms of Bill's interaction with Joel, in terms of when Joel and Ellie show up, and then, of course, Ellie and Bill's, dynamic, essentially, or those, amazing scenes they had back and forth in the game, I overall enjoyed what they did because it really added more of a personal, emotional relationship to the story, because it's not all about the clickers or the infected or, essentially what's happening to Joel and Ellie. It's more about everyone kind of surrounding them, because we got those flashbacks, of course, where we got to see Joel and we got to see Tess as well in that flashback, to where there was a relationship there. And so they did a really good job with that. And I'm really enjoying the show, and Joel and Ellie got more of connected a little bit in the episode as well with the little time they had in the episode, but it was great. So I'm excited to get into this next episode to see what happens, because this show is damn good. I'm really enjoying it. So guys, episode 4 of The Last of Us. Let's go. You better be careful deciding which eye she's going to squint with. See, that's loud. I would assume Joel will at some point figure out she has that gun.
No wandering.
No wandering. Don't want to lose you.
Doesn't matter how much you push the envelope, it'll still be stationary. What did the mermaid wear to her math class?
What?
An algebra.
That is crazy. All those broke down cars. Hank Williams?
It's actually before my time.
Okay.
It's light on the reading, but it has some interesting pictures.
No.
Bye-bye. Bison. Oh, they're thriving. Yeah. Arby's.
The dark.
Hope they'll be secure out there. Hopefully. Chef RD.
Slow down.
This is slow.
This is too remote for infected anyway.
Oh. So there are some safe areas, it seems? Gotta be prepared. Because you never know who's out there.
Why did the Scarecrow get an award?
Because it was outstanding in his field.
You dick.
He knew the answer.
No.
I mean, you're surrounded. I mean, who knows? He's awake, on guard, just in case.
Oh, what the fuck is that?
What is
You
it?
like coffee?
Oh,
Whose name?
Your brother.
Tommy.
Younger or older?
Younger.
younger.
A few months later, they ship him off to Desert Storm. That's what they called that war. It doesn't matter. She talks me into joining the Fireflies.
Fireflies.
Of course, last I heard, he quit the Fireflies too. Now he's on his own out there, and
I don't think he's on his own. No.
I gotta go get him.
I'm not family.
No,
No.
cargo.
What if you don't find him?
I will.
How do you know?
I'm persistent.
Persistent.
I'm not even tired.
Oh boy. Open. There's a reason why it's blocked. Something's going on.
Take the next ramp, and we're back on the road minute tops.
Yeah, he didn't want to drive through the city. He wanted to go on the highway, just go past it.
Who the fuck is Fedra?
Ooh. Oh shit. Exactly. It was ambush. Ambush. Go, go, go. Ooh. Oh shit. Ooh, fuck.
Okay.
Oh god. Holy shit. Okay. We're in it now. We're in it.
I'm not gonna hit you. Stay down, stay low, stay quiet.
She made it through. Made it through. Ooh. He ain't fucking around.
You motherfucker!
Ooh. Oh shit. Because you started it, asshole. Come on, Ellie, do it. Oh, shoot him. Yeah, do it.
It's over. We're not fighting anymore.
We're not fighting.
I'm gonna go home. I'll tell everyone.
I'm gonna go home.
We can trade with you guys. We can be friends. I did it.
We can be friends. You're an ass. No.
Wait.
Yeah. You ain't gonna make it there, dude. You're done.
You can have it. Please. No, please. I'm sorry, please.
He doesn't want to see murder, but come on. She shot him. You can thank her for saving you.
Okay.
Just saying. Man, out in the open like that, I mean... Oh. Oh, shit.
The Bergquists.
I recognize her.
No? I wonder if this is the cell where my brother was beaten to death.
Oh, you were wrong. It has to stop.
I don't think she wants it to
It
stop.
has to stop now, you mean? When you were safe and protected and ratting on your neighbors to Fedra.
They put a gun to my head.
Where is he?
If you know, just tell her. Yep.
Who did this?
We think it was outsiders. They found a truck loaded. It's not a Fedra vehicle, but they were heavily supplied.
Oh.
Find who did this. Find
Good luck.
every collaborator and kill them all.
It's a damn army. Oh, they're busting in every door.
Are you okay?
This is a lot.
You shouldn't have had to.
Well, you should still thank her for doing it.
You're glad I did, right?
I know what it's like. First time that you hurt. I'm not good at this.
Yeah, you really aren't.
I mean,
No.
it was my fault. Show me your grit.
Show me you know how to do this.
Look it.
You can have the gun. You can have it.
We'll get through this.
Yep. Just gotta be positive. Whoa. What's going on there? Ooh.
We can deal with this after.
Kathleen.
After.
Where'd you be without me, huh?
Why now, Wyoming?
Oh, yeah. Walked into that. How did you know it was an ambush? Did you kill innocent people?
That's a good question. He didn't answer that question.
Get up, you lazy ass.
Get up. Smart, laying out glass so if someone breaks in, they can hear the crunching when they step.
You sure you're gonna hear it?
Of course I'll hear it. That's the damn point.
Hey,
But the question is Joel actually going to be able to sleep? Because last time they went to sleep, he just stayed up all night on guard.
What did you mean it wasn't your first time?
I don't want to talk about it.
It isn't fair. Your age.
Well, nothing's fair in this world right now.
Did you know diarrhea is hereditary? It runs in your genes.
That is so goddamn stupid.
You laughed,
I
motherfucker.
didn't laugh.
It's because they're having a moment of laughter with all the chaos they had to go through today. Holy shit. Okay, there's actually somebody there. And there you have it, guys. Episode 4 of The Last of Us. And wow, what an intense episode. And I kind of figured it was going to, because it started off kind of, in a peaceful place in a sense. They're just riding along and everything. They're having some conversations. Of course, it opens with Ellie, pointing the gun in the mirror and everything, trying to see which eye am I gonna, all that, just going back and forth. And then having a pun book, reading off puns to Joel, and he's like, ugh, really? And then, of course, that comes up later, of course, at the end of the episode, where it seemed we were going to have a somewhat positive ending, even though all the shit that went down in this episode. But the blocking off the highway, when they actually got to that point where, of course, Ellie's like, I'm not going to fall asleep. And then she falls asleep in the car, or the truck. And it's obviously blocked off for a reason, because they don't want people just driving through the highway. It was blocked strategically, because as soon as you get past a little blockade, it's just open road. So they were forced to go into the city. And I thought that this was obviously going to be the turning point of the episode, because leading up to this, they're having some conversations about Joel trying to find his brother and what happened to his brother in terms of going into the army. I think he said army, yeah. And then being sent off to war. And then the Firefly situation, we got to hear more of the backstory of Joel and Tommy and Tess and kind of what they went through in terms of a group, and then how they were able to figure out, well, at least Joel's able to figure out that the guy walking in the road, help me, he's like he's, hurt. Clearly he wasn't. And he was playing essentially bait, essentially trying to hopefully get the Joel and Ellie to stop and try to help him and all that. Of course, Joel knew this. We find out later because he was on that kind of side too at some point during his group where they actually pulled that ruse on other people, essentially, or it was something like that. So then the firefight breaks out. They slam the truck, and it just brought me back to the game. I'm pretty sure in the game that happened too in terms of a crash into a building. And then Joel sends Ellie through that little hole in the wall, and the shootout happens. And what I find so funny about this, and it's kind of hard to find humor in it because literally they're shooting at each other. They're trying to, protect themselves and all this shit. But they're the ones who try to pull the ruse on Joel and Ellie. And Joel immediately slammed through, of course, hit that spiked strip that they have, of course, and it took out the tires. He kills that one guy in the shootout, and the other guy goes, you motherfucker, I'm going to kill you for that. You started it. If you wouldn't have just pulled the ruse and let them drive through, but of course, in this instance, they're not going to. So they're getting all upset. The guy walks in, Joel takes him out. Then here comes the other guy through that door. Now here's where I'm like, okay, Ellie pulls out the knife and starts to debate things because he has Joel on the ground, this guy. He's holding the gun over his neck. And I'm like, okay, so how was Ellie get, because I'm thinking Ellie might stab him, because we did see, I think it was episode 3, I believe, where she stabbed that infected. And so I'm like, okay, so maybe she's going to stab this guy. She shoots him in the back, which, depending on how that shot went off, that bullet could have went through that guy and hit Joel. So they really didn't show exactly where she hit him, but it seems like the lower back potentially, I'm not sure. But then he starts begging for his life, and he knew once Ellie was sent out of the room, he was going to die. Now, Joel, in a way, thanked Ellie for that, but it took a little bit of time. But Joel didn't want Ellie to see that. Now, he didn't know that wasn't Ellie's first time firing a gun or anything like that. He doesn't know the backstory of what she went through up to the point of when the show started. And I'm wondering when that episode's going to be. I'm assuming it's going to be probably maybe towards the end. I'm not sure, because they're incorporating that story, that DLC from the game, into this. I'm not sure what episode that is. I'm not sure. But it's got to be at some point, because at some point we have to see that. And we know that they've shot it and they cast all that. And so we know it's coming. They're slowly getting up to that point in the story where we go back. So he stabs that guy. He doesn't shoot him, he stabs him. And then I think her name was Kathleen. I think that was her name, who I recognized the actress. So she's talking to a doctor and talking about somebody named Henry. I'm guessing it's an opposing group. I'm not 100% sure on this because there's some parts of the game I just don't remember. So I don't remember certain aspects of this in terms of Kathleen and all this stuff. So maybe this is new stuff. I'm not 100% sure in terms of Kathleen being a character or whatever. I don't know from the game, because it's been a bit stuff by the game. I should have replayed the game for the show, but anyways. So there's a whole group of them. They have all these trucks. They have heavy ammo, in terms of guns and shit. They have freaking assault rifles and stuff, and they're all dead, the ones that they brought back. And then she kills the doctor because I guess she was really upset that he knew where Henry was. And I'm like, who the fuck is Henry? It's just not clicking in my head. Maybe it is in the game, I just don't remember this part. But she had the doctor who delivered her, and he's in prison, and there was some sort of thing to where when she was in the same situation, she was, it was wrong or whatever, but then he wants it to stop now because he's in the position that she was at one point, and she just kills him after finding out that these guys are dead. And they're assuming that Joel and Ellie are part of this, which they're not at all. So we have all that. Kathleen takes out the doctor, which literally you would think you would need a doctor in something like this. So we have this one guy who leads her to a couple different places, and then we see the ground moving up and down, and I'm pretty sure I think I know what that is. And he's like, we need to tell, he's scared. We need to tell him, no, After we deal with all this, then we'll let them know. I don't think so. I don't think so. Then we see, of course, Joel and Ellie have a moment, and then he actually shows her how to properly handle holding that pistol, and then he finally allows her to have it. But, you know, took some time because she's been asking for a gun forever. It seems like every single episode. Even with the wall of guns Bill had, he's like, no, you can't have that. So they climb up all those stairs in that building. They don't make it to the very top, obviously. They have like cushioned beds, and he lays all on this glass, and he keeps laying out glass, and they still got ambushed. Now, I'm trying to remember. I think these two characters were in the game. I think, but of course they snuck up on them. Of course, Joel didn't hear anything, and I doubt they came in the way that the door was. I'm not 100% sure on that. But it almost ended on a good note until this moment, because they were laughing at another pun about diarrhea being hereditary. It runs in your genes. They started busting out laughing, and it was a good moment because earlier in the episode, when they were driving before all the chaos in the episode occurred, Joel said that Ellie wasn't family, that she's cargo. He still saw her as that. Obviously, we know that eventually it's not the case, but he's still like, I made a promise to Tess and all that. So like that was his mindset. But then of course everything that happened in this episode, I feel like they have definitely bonded more in regards to, I don't think he sees her as cargo. I think he sees her as somebody he can help guide, because she still needs help, because the way she was holding that pistol, like he made a point, like, no, of course they taught you that how to shoot, like how to hold that. That's not the correct way to hold it. So he's trying to be helping with advice and all that. I mean, obviously he was protecting. I mean, she saved his life, and he had to kill some people in the process. She asked a good question, which he still didn't answer. And I was thinking he was going to when they were laying down on those cushion beds or whatever in that room. But she asked when they're on the stairwell, did you kill innocent people? And he goes, anyways. So I think he's going to have to admit it at some point. I think, because like she needs to know, right? And then, but she's not willing to talk either about this wasn't her first time shooting or anything like that. So we'll see all that. We'll see what occurred there. But yeah, this was a pretty intense episode. It was started off on a interesting note. We got to see a lot of like the scenery in regards to all these rundown vehicles and an abandoned music park. Obviously, we get to see bison, which I think that animals are not infected by this at all. Like they're completely fine. They're thriving. They're fine. There's a bunch of bison out there. There's chilling. So it was kind of crazy to see all these different like locations as they're driving of like just abandoned things everywhere. And that whole woods scene as well was interesting, because he drove really far into the woods and they were safe. And he made the point to say, yeah, we're far away enough to where the infected are not around here, because there's nothing around here for them to eat, for them to attack, for them to make more of them. Like there's just nobody around here. But he still stayed up. And I thought that was going to be the same thing at the end of the episode, but of course it didn't occur. But he stayed up all night in the woods, being on guard, because when he looked out into the woods, you just see nothing but just like kind of like just sporadic trees, and it just goes on into forever. It's like anything could be out there, anything. Of course, we see humans are very dangerous as well in this world. So I really enjoyed this episode. It was great. It's on the shorter side, but I also like at the same time don't have to, record as long and all that kind of stuff. Helps with editing faster, get the video out. But I really enjoyed the episode. Crazy stuff, and I cannot wait for next week, which I think Super Bowl's next week, so I'll probably have to delay this till Monday, the next episode. But yeah, so I can't wait for the next episode. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. I'm curious what you guys thought about this episode. Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. I will talk to you guys soon. Peace out.